Hi, this is Chris Poor with AIS. In this Fissure video, I'll be going over some of the cool things we can do with Fissure to speed up workflows. So for this first example, I'm going to go over a exploit you can do for a DIR 815 router. This is a public exploit that anyone can find out what it is online. And first we're going to show you some manual methods to do the reboot attack for it with Fissure, and then later on I'll go through and show you how you can automate these manual steps to do it automatically with Fissure. So right now I'm just gathering basic target information, MAC addresses, station MAC addresses, figuring out what channel it's on, if there's encryption on it. The target we're going after is called D-Link 2. And I'm just copying everything I can find about it into a text file. So Fissure comes loaded with lots of Wi-Fi tools, third-party tools. We have a monitor mode tool that goes in and out of managed mode pretty quickly. You just type a password here. Disables network manager so it doesn't automatically change your Wi-Fi channel on you or connect you back up to a access point. Now that we're in monitor mode, we can do different types of commands. We can run arrow dump to get the station MAC, which is needed for this exploit. All you need is the AP MAC address and your interface name. It will also capture ePOL information, but all we care about right now is the station MAC address. We can also try cracking the password using a tool like Wi-Fi. This will run a couple things against it when it starts out. Things like pixie dust attacks and whatnot, but we're using it right now to just crack the password with a dictionary style attack. Speed it up here. This kicks it off the network and captures the handshake and uses the dictionary to find out the password is password. Use that for later. Alright, so now we're going to use Fissure to throw the exploit for rebooting the router. We don't actually have to associate with the target. We can just send a single message and it will reboot the router. It bypasses encryption. We gotta specify what our wireless interface is, spin up a local sensor node, click start, we go to our text. I already have it in the list here. It's called DIR 815 reboot. And you manually have to go in and change the MAC addresses for the target and for the station. Attack doesn't like colons. Click start and it will reboot the router. Only one message has to go through. It's constantly repeating at an interval though to make sure it gets there. We have alternate ways of delivering this message. Since it's just a single message, we can use our packet crafter, which lets you build messages with SCAPI, different types of Wi-Fi. We can also import messages we already crafted that we like. You don't have to enter any new information because we saved them off before. You just click load, refresh, choose your interface, and click start. And it'll start running SCAPI at an interval. And it reboots the router. So that's one way of doing an exploit manually. You gotta fingerprint the device, enter the information, click start. But now we can do it in a more automated workflow using Fissure. We can have a script that just goes out and looks for access points and returns MAC addresses, station information to the dashboard here and to TAC. So we run a Wi-Fi exploit finder script and it prints out different MAC addresses that it sees. It can do flat file reports that we can forward to other systems. And it has exploit recommendations based on the information it detected. The alerts can also have GPS tags associated with them and custom notes so that you can send it to TAC. For high throughput IP based links, you can put a lot of data in here. But for more low throughput links like Meshtastic or LoRa, you are limited per message in what you can send back. So if we stop our exploit finder, we can just choose an exploit that I recommend for us, click Stage Exploit, and you'll preload all the information without us having to enter anything. So this exploit isn't a reboot, it does some more stuff. Let's see what it's actually doing. If I go to my little hex viewer here, you'll see that it sends a payload that does a couple different things. It unlocks Telnet on port 2323. It writes some text to a file called agent. It makes that agent file executable, and it runs the agent file. It only takes one of these messages to get through, but it's been running for a little bit here. That should be good enough. If we go back to managed mode, we can connect to the device, we know the password, and we can see what we've done to it. We can find the IP address, and then we can telnet into it. We unlock port 2323. 2323. And we're inside the target now. So we can view the files we put on there in temp called agent and test. Agent created the artifact test. He just touches temp test. So we proved that you can put something on there, execute it, and have it do something. So you don't have to know anything about the target, you just look for it, click start again, and then you've exploited it. Here we're going against a TP-Link Archer AC1750. It's another public exploit. All these things you can look up. So for this one, we're going to connect to the network. It's called Fissure Demo. You don't have to do this while connected, but it speeds things up because it writes one character at a time as it's exploiting, so you have to do it multiple times. So to get around it taking forever, and we want to do a lot more things to it, I've created this agent file that does a light show, it unlocks Telnet, it downloads BusyBox, it changes the SSID name, it removes the encryption for the SSID. So we're going to spin up a web server with the two files that are going to get pushed to the target, A and BusyBox MIPS. BusyBox is used to unlock Telnet, since it doesn't have it to begin with. So we're running our exploit connected to the network. It's doing a wget command to download the agent, and the agent has a lot more text in it to do a lot more things. A and BusyBox MIPS. So they grab those, and now it's going to run the agent, which does a light show, and it's going to change the SSID, so it's going to kick me off the network just now. And if I go to connect back up to it, it's going to have a different name. It's going to be called Fissure Pwned, and there's no encryption on it. It's an open network. There's no lock symbol there. Alright, if we connect back up to it, we can go inside of it and see where our files are sitting. So previously, Telnet wouldn't work. There was nothing listening on the router, but now we can get into it. We can view our lander file, which did the wget command to download the agent. We can view the agent in temp. You'll see the green files, BusyBox and A. That's what we put on the target. So there's our agent sitting there. We can also do different things, like try to crack the password for it. So we can cat etc shadow. We could download this whole thing to a text file, put it in our home directory, and we can run tools like John the Ripper to do a dictionary style cracking. So as long as that shadow.txt is in your home file, you just copy and paste it, hit enter. The milk will tell you that the password is password for that hash. Alright, we're going to do another attack against it. This is just a reboot. We're not going to do all the fancy things to it. And all you have to do is enter the IP address, and it helps if you're joined to the network. Speeds it up. But it's pretty easy to do it without joining up to the network as well. It takes about 20 seconds for it to reboot, and you're going to get kicked off the network in a little bit. So this was to show you that we can automate a lot of the cyber workflows with Fissure. In the future, we want to develop more agent configuration, more fingerprinting, more status and awareness. And thank you for watching. You'll see the router reboot right there. And stay tuned for more updates to Fissure. Thank you.